Imagine waking up one morning to find that your entire life savings has disappeared. Not stolen by hackers, not lost in a market crash, but vanished because the CEO of your trusted crypto exchange fled the country overnight with $2 billion of investor money. This isn't a movie plot. This is the story of Thodex, BitConnect, and the devastating reality of crypto exit scams that have stolen over $30 billion from victims worldwide. Today, we're diving into the dark underbelly of cryptocurrency fraud and the vanishing acts that left millions of people financially ruined. The promise of easy money. The cryptocurrency world has always been a land of dreams and promises. Get rich quick. Financial freedom. Escape the traditional banking system. But where there's money, there's deception. And in the crypto space, scammers have perfected the art of the overnight disappearance. Between 2021 and 2025, crypto crime has exploded to unprecedented levels. In 2024 alone, Americans lost over $9 billion to crypto scams, with total global illicit crypto flows exceeding $51 billion. These aren't just numbers on a screen. They represent real people, real families, and real lives destroyed by sophisticated criminal operations. The most devastating type of crypto fraud isn't the obvious phishing email or fake website. It's the platform that looks legitimate, operates for years, builds trust, and then vanishes overnight in what's called an exit scam. These operations promise incredible returns, attract thousands or even hundreds of thousands of investors, and then disappear faster than you can say blockchain. BitConnect, the blueprint for disaster. Let's rewind to 2016. A platform called BitConnect launched with a revolutionary promise: lend us your Bitcoin, and we'll give you 1% daily returns through our magical trading bot. That's 40% monthly returns, guaranteed, no risk. Sounds too good to be true. That's because it was. BitConnect became a viral sensation. At its peak in December 2017, a single BitConnect coin was worth over $460, and the platform had a market capitalization exceeding $2.6 billion. Investors were making thousands of dollars daily. Success stories flooded YouTube and social media. One promotional video featuring an investor named Carlos Matos screaming, "BitConnect," became an internet meme. But behind the comedy was real tragedy. The platform operated as a classic Ponzi scheme, using new investor money to pay earlier investors. They employed a multi-level marketing structure, rewarding users who recruited friends with bonuses. The so-called trading bot that supposedly generated all these profits. It didn't exist. It was pure fiction. Then came January 2018. After receiving cease and desist orders from Texas and North Carolina regulators, BitConnect made a shocking announcement. The lending platform was shutting down immediately. The exchange would close in 5 days. In the hours following this announcement, the BitConnect coin crashed by 92%. Within days, it had fallen from over $400 to under $1. Investors lost everything virtually overnight. Robert, an investor who had convinced his wife to empty their savings into BitConnect, watched their future evaporate in real time. From there, we were just like, what do we do? I've lost almost my whole life savings. My wife did too. I was very depressed, he recalled. Another investor, named Naz, had deposited $100,000 and watched his balance grow to $350,000. He was 4 days away from his first withdrawal when the platform collapsed. The devastation was so complete that suicide hotline numbers were posted in BitConnect community forums. The impact went far beyond financial loss. Marriages ended, mental health crumbled, lives were fundamentally altered. The scam's mastermind, Indian national Satish Kamani, and American promoter Glenn Arcaro, had defrauded investors of $2.4 billion. Arcaro eventually pleaded guilty and was ordered to pay $17 million in restitution to approximately 800 victims. But Kamani, he disappeared and remains a fugitive to this day. Most victims will never recover their money. Thodex, the Turkish disappearing act. While BitConnect set the template, Thodex executed perhaps the most brazen crypto exit scam in history. Founded in 2017 by 22-year-old Faruk Fatih Özer, Thodex became one of Turkey's largest cryptocurrency exchanges. This wasn't some shady underground operation. Özer was photographed with Turkish politicians. The exchange was licensed as a money service business by the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. It processed $3 billion in transaction volume, and served nearly 400,000 active users. Turkey in 2021 was the perfect environment for crypto adoption. The Turkish lira was in freefall. Inflation was skyrocketing. Citizens desperately sought ways to protect their savings, and cryptocurrency seemed like the answer. Thodex ran aggressive marketing campaigns, including a Dogecoin giveaway in March 2021 that promised millions of free tokens to new users. Then came April 2021, also known as Doge Day among cryptocurrency enthusiasts. Dogecoin prices surged 20%. Trading on Thodex suddenly halted. Users couldn't access their accounts. The website displayed a message claiming the platform was temporarily closed due to an abnormal fluctuation in company accounts. Behind the scenes, something far more sinister was happening. Özer had already fled Turkey on April 20, boarding a flight to Albania. He took with him approximately $2 billion in cryptocurrency belonging to 390,000 users. Turkish authorities opened an investigation on April 22 and issued an international arrest warrant through Interpol. In a statement posted on the company website, Özer blamed the shutdown on cease and desist orders, cyber attacks, and a mysterious hacking incident from years prior. He promised to repay all investors and return to face justice. "From today on, my sole aim is to repay my debt to you," he wrote. "The day I repay all my debt, I will return to my country and give myself in to justice." Those promises were empty. Özer spent over a year as a fugitive, finally arrested in the Albanian coastal city of Lorg in August 2022. He was extradited to Turkey in April 2023. In September 2023, a Turkish court found him guilty of aggravated fraud, leading a criminal organization, and money laundering. The sentence: 11,190, 6 years in prison, along with his 2 siblings who helped run the exchange. During his trial, Özer showed no remorse. "I am smart enough to lead any institution on earth," he told the court. "That is evident in this company I established at the age of 22. I wouldn't have acted so amateurishly if this were a criminal organization." For the victims, justice felt hollow. Their money was gone. Their savings evaporated. And unlike Bitconnect's victims, who at least had warning signs, Thodex users had trusted a seemingly legitimate, government-recognized platform. The epidemic continues. Bitconnect and Thodex are just the tip of the iceberg. Crypto exit scams have become a global epidemic, and 2025 is shaping up to be the worst year on record. By mid-2025, over $2.17 billion had been stolen from cryptocurrency services, making it 17% worse than 2022, previously the worst year ever recorded. The North Korean hacking group's $1.5 billion theft from Bybit Exchange in early 2025 represents the largest single crypto hack in history. If current trends continue, stolen funds could exceed $4 billion by year's end. But hacks are just one piece of the puzzle. Rug pulls, where developers create seemingly legitimate projects and then vanish with investor funds, have resurged dramatically. Rug pull losses exploded from $1.3 million in 2022 to $94.8 million in 2024. The April 2025 collapse of the Mantra token, which plummeted 90%, potentially represents a $5 billion rug pull if confirmed. Investment scams alone caused $5.8 billion in U.S. losses in 2024. Americans filed nearly 150,000 crypto scam complaints that year. The elderly are particularly vulnerable, with seniors facing the greatest financial risk in the crypto ecosystem. The sophistication of these scams has evolved dramatically. Modern crypto criminals use AI-generated content, deepfake videos of celebrities, fake trading platforms with convincing interfaces, and elaborate cross-chain money laundering techniques to obscure stolen funds. Some operations, particularly in Asia, involve organized crime networks running pig butchering scams where victims are slowly groomed and manipulated over weeks or months before being convinced to invest life-changing sums. Cloud mining scams, which promise passive income from cryptocurrency mining operations that don't actually exist, defrauded investors of over $500 million in 2024 alone. Ponzi schemes disguised as legitimate trading platforms continue to proliferate, with platforms like Hyperfund defrauding victims of $1.7 billion before being shut down by the Securities and Exchange Commission. Even more disturbing is the infiltration of crypto security circles by bad actors. In March 2025, a blockchain security researcher named Nick Franklin, who had built trust in the community over months, was exposed as a North Korean operative connected to a $50 million hack. His fake identity and elaborate backstory fooled dozens of security professionals, and he nearly succeeded in deploying malware through a fraudulent DeFi project called Aqualone before being uncovered. The cost of trust, the human cost of these scams, extends far beyond financial loss. Victims describe depression, anxiety, broken marriages, and shattered dreams. Some have contemplated or attempted suicide after losing everything. The psychological manipulation involved in many crypto scams is particularly insidious because they exploit hope, the desire for financial security, and trust in seemingly legitimate institutions. Consider the story of Robert from BitConnect, who watched his marriage strain under the weight of financial devastation, or the hundreds of thousands of Turkish citizens who had turned to Thodex as a lifeline against economic instability, only to have that lifeline cut in an instant. These aren't greedy gamblers chasing quick profits. Many are ordinary people trying to protect their families, save for retirement, or build a better future. The regulatory response has been slow and fragmented. While some jurisdictions have implemented stronger frameworks, the decentralized and borderless nature of cryptocurrency makes enforcement incredibly difficult. Scammers operate from countries with weak extradition treaties, use privacy coins and mixing services to launder funds, and can vanish across borders with relative ease. The European Union's markets in crypto assets regulation, effective in 2024 and 2025, introduced licensing requirements and reserve obligations. The United States passed the Genius Act in July 2025, setting new standards for stablecoin backing. But these regulations often come too late for victims, and enforcement remains challenging. Law enforcement agencies have had some successes. Operation First Light 2024 resulted in 950 arrests and $257 million seized across 61 countries. Initiatives like T3, a collaboration between Tron, Tether, and Trum Labs, have frozen hundreds of millions in illicit crypto funds. The Beacon Network, launched in 2025, provides real-time crypto crime response capabilities. But for every scam uncovered and criminal prosecuted, dozens more emerge. The barrier to entry for launching a cryptocurrency or exchange is remarkably low, and the potential profits are astronomical. Until the risk-to-reward ratio shifts dramatically, scammers will continue to exploit the crypto ecosystem. Protecting yourself. So how do you protect yourself in this treacherous landscape? The unfortunate reality is that if something seems too good to be true, it almost certainly is. No legitimate investment platform can guarantee consistent daily returns. No trading bot can eliminate risk. No crypto exchange should require you to lock up funds with withdrawal restrictions. Here are the red flags to watch for. First, unrealistic promised returns. Any platform guaranteeing daily or monthly percentage returns should be immediately suspect. Second, multi-level marketing or referral programs that pay substantial bonuses for recruiting new investors. These are hallmarks of Ponzi schemes. Third, lack of transparency about how profits are generated. If you can't understand or verify the mechanism creating returns, walk away. Fourth, pressure to invest quickly or fear of missing out tactics. Legitimate platforms don't need to rush you. Fifth, withdrawal restrictions or complicated processes for accessing your funds. If you can't easily withdraw, you don't really control your money. Sixth, anonymous or mysterious leadership teams. Do extensive research on who's running the platform. Seventh, registered or operated from jurisdictions with weak regulatory oversight or enforcement. The golden rule of crypto investing is simple. Never invest more than you can afford to lose completely. Use reputable, regulated exchanges with proven track records. Enable two-factor authentication and strong security measures. Store significant holdings in hardware wallets, not on exchanges. Be skeptical of testimonials and success stories, especially on social media. Do your own research, and don't rely solely on YouTube influencers or Telegram groups. If you're uncertain, consult with a financial advisor who understands cryptocurrency. Remember that blockchain technology and cryptocurrency have legitimate uses and transformative potential, but that potential has attracted a criminal element that preys on enthusiasm, greed, and the complexity of the technology. Education and skepticism are your best defenses. If this video opened your eyes to the dangers lurking in the crypto world, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you never miss our deep dives into cryptocurrency, cybersecurity, and financial fraud. Share this with anyone you know who's involved in crypto investing, because knowledge is the best protection against scams. Drop a comment below and tell us, have you or anyone you know been affected by a crypto scam? What red flags do you watch out for? Let's build a community that looks out for each other. And remember, stay curious, stay skeptical, and stay safe out there. Until next time, this has been your warning about the global crypto scam that vanished overnight.